drop bombs.
Chilling in the chair, I'll be sipping it. Watch a bunch of shows, I'm getting it. Yeah, I understand it's a quarantine, I got to be chilling all alone, but I'm getting sick. People who be running after the office, signing politics, and scrambling to tell the kid to stop. I ain't gonna leave the room, I don't wanna kill a few with that the shit that is inside my car. Flip the clock, chicken it bigger than now, taking a part of the crowd. Don't wanna pop, I don't wanna let them down, better be kicking them out. Look at the rock, smoking loud up in my damn house. Solo though I know I'm never going on and out. Party on my own now. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, hold me back. Going so loud. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, told me that. Slow down. Fuck going out, getting high on the weekend. So loud, oh, party on my own. Party on my own. I'm doing what I'm doing, I don't got a lot to prove. And if I'm moving, then I'm grooving, cause I wanna do it. Stupid, got my music and I lose it to another tune or two. If I don't get to move it. Even real can do it when I'm cooking. And you know I'm cooking bacon. You don't wanna check under the apron. Down. Vacuum the whole room naked, facing windows so people who out getting the greatness. Telling me better to hate this, really though it ain't shit when you could compare to what the other people facing. So what I am drinking, still half full is true when comparing to the nations. Party on my own now. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, hold me back. Going so loud. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, told me that. Slow down. Fuck going out, getting high on the weekend. So loud, oh, party on my own. Party on my own. Party on my own now. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, hold me back. Going so loud. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, told me that. Party on my own now. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, hold me back. Going so loud. Look at how the people trying to hold me back, told me that. Slow down. Fuck going out, getting high on the weekend. On down. So loud. Oh, party on my own. Party on my own. Party on my own. Yeah, that's tight. Max Watson, Tony Romero. Party on my own.
So high on life, without you I don't feel alive. So I'll just keep on being higher than the sky. Tell me, are you there for me even when I try? Keep on being high, without you keep on being high. Without you keep on being high. I know that you're feeling forsaken, mistaken, wish you were another man. I remember feeling awakened, mistaken if you thought I'm in that place where you want me to be. But I don't want you back. So it's easy to see when I'm high all the time. Cause I have lost you, get the thinking why. We used to be so high on life. Without you I don't feel alive. So I just keep on being higher than the sky. Tell me, are you there for me even when I try? Keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. you're feeling forsaken, mistaken, wish you were another man. I remember feeling awakened, mistaken, if you thought I'm in that place where you want me to be, but I don't want you back. So it's easy to see when I'm high all the time, 'cause I have lost you, get the thinking why we used to be so high on life. Without you, I don't feel alive. So I just keep on being high, high, higher than the sky. Tell me, are you there for me even when I try? Keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high. Without you, keep on being high.
There's a pyramid of power with eyes that can see it all. Cameras to capture your image at City Hall. Realize they listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to y'all. Brave is the army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determining life of mankind of cancerous. How we breathe vapors, green got us bleeding in streets for cheap paper. Assemble the masses, melt the plastic compound, realign when the shit gets drastic. Lit the veil when the systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme of government ranking. The power with the power with Charles Jurassic. Nation T-Rex with covert tactics. Rise from the ashes, take back the atlas.
Bring the madness.
Bring the madness. There's a pyramid of power with eyes that can see it all. And cameras to capture your image at City Hall. Realize they listen whenever you make a call. If you want a revolution, I really give it to y'all.
Brave is the army that bands against bands of dead presidents, determining life of mankind of cancerous. How we breathe vapors, green got us bleeding in streets for cheap paper.
Assemble the masses, melt the plastic compound, realign when the shit gets drastic. Lit the veil when the systems are masked. It's just another pyramid scheme of government ranking. The power with Charles Jurassic. Nation T-Rex with covert tactics. Rise from the ashes, take back the atlas.
Bring the madness. Bring the madness. Bring the madness.
Bring the madness. Bring the madness.
Yes, so the people right now, pegboard nerds monster have you locking at the sound. All of the gal go passing when me boy I go drop them a coming. Murder. Me are the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out, some might sting ya. Better turn it, I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around, we all go on them. Listen to the word and they fire your cuts in the middle. When the flames get higher, put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger, gun finger trigger, gun finger trigger, gun finger trigger. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger. Pull your gun finger trigger. Pull your gun finger trigger. It's a bad man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger. Me are the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out, some might sting ya. Better turn it, I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around, we all go on them. Listen to the word and they fire your cuts in the middle. When the flames get higher, put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger, gun finger trigger, gun finger trigger, gun finger trigger. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger. Pull your gun finger trigger. Pull your gun finger trigger. It's a bad man signal, give a sign. Pull your gun finger trigger.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Nodwin Valorant Conquerors Championship. But not the usual one. We're here for the aftermath, a brand new podcast just for you guys, and this time catching up with our winners and our finalists from yesterday from the Bangladesh Qualifiers. We've got 2 members from Exceeli Esports and 2 members from M1syl and Friends themselves. So with no further ado, let's get straight on over to the players. Let's see what they've got to say, and let's just have a fun time. Yeah, I think, like the name suggests, aftermath very much not about the game, rather more about how these players are feeling after the game. So, hey M1syl, hey Hermione, hey Sami, hey Zolo.
Yeah, what's up?
Sami and Zolo are flipped. We'll get them flipped back in a second. But how are you guys?
No, yeah, we're doing pretty good.
Sami, Zolo, M1syl,
Good
how you
too.
guys doing?
Yeah, good.
Just woke up, so
So, I'm assuming, like, at least let's start with the Exceeli boys. So after that win, it was a hard-fought win. Any celebrations or what? Just like, nah, go to sleep, start grinding back next day.
no, we had a little bit like in-house party, like with like the team members. That's it. We had some
I
food
see
and
Sami's sneaky smile coming in.
we just had
Yeah.
brought foods and stuff. That's it.
That's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, a lot of water.
A lot. Alright, a specific kind of water, though I'm assuming. But
No,
ask.
No, like actual water.
I was actually curious what you guys had in that water since you were passing it around. I was looking in the cam yesterday during the match. You guys were all passing it around. And we were speculating like that water must be sus, you know. But I'm just kidding. And let me ask you, Mr. Hermione. Unfortunately, not the perfect result you were hoping for, but still very much alive in this tournament. So, what was the mentality after yesterday's match for you yesterday?
Yeah, our thought is that in the you know the next tournament is coming, we'll try our best and hope for the best.
I
I
mean,
think the wildcards tournament will be really hard. It will have too much competition, but we will try our best. I don't know. I don't know how far we can go, but yeah.
Mr. What about you?
Mm, like I said, I made a lot of mistakes in my team, and we'll recover and come back stronger. Hopefully, in the wild cards
That's a
also,
love.
we'll give our best.
I actually wanted to ask you personally. I noticed that, like that, that show check they give you in place of the actual check because the show check is bigger
Yeah,
on top of your bed right there. That's
yeah, yeah.
champion written on it. I was noticing it in yesterday's cast, and like it really vibed with me. So I wanted to ask more about that. Like, is that from the recent LAN you guys had over
No,
in
no,
the
no, no,
league?
no, bro. That's from CS:GO. I think 2 years back.
Ah, so is that like one of your favorite events? That's why you've got in the bag, like just to remind yourself.
Mm, yeah.
That's really sweet.
uh,
I think so when I was casting, we kept talking about like the first two maps went so close, but even like it's just not able to claw back to win. But it never looked like you guys gave up, at any point. And that's when I noticed that, and I'm like, yeah, this is why, man. This guy's been a champion before. He has that championship mentality. So kudos for that. But hey, I think
Yeah, definitely. The match went really
yeah.
close. Yeah.
So what were you guys feeling in those rounds? Like even on Haven when it was like you were on the brink of getting it to overtime, but just didn't happen. Like I think Missile said few errors, like small errors in my opinion, but it went a long way. Like how do as players how do you recover after that?
In
like
the
we
next round,
started.
it's really easy
Okay, okay.
to recover, but in the exact moment, like the last 20 seconds of round, it's really hectic. Like it's not that easy to control at that moment. But in the next round, we can reset.
But what about you, Mister? Because that was the end of the map. Like there is no next round. Like if you won that round, maybe you get there. Or even on Ascent, where it felt like it couldn't have gone to overtime, and then randomly it got pulled back. Obviously, props to be given to Exceeli themselves to be pulling it back. But for you being on the other side of it, like how do you recover going into the next map? Do you automatically reset, or is there like some sort of like I need to just you think to yourself, I need to stay strong, do this.
Yeah,
How does that
that's
work?
how. I think we started slow. We lose the pistols, then the buy rounds. In heaven, it was 3-9, and we had to put a lot of effort at the last, but like we should have given that effort at the beginning of the match, like play serious from the beginning.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess you just have to start strong. Talking about
Yeah.
starting strong though, Sami, I last talked to you during the VCC launch party. I mean, on stream, I last talked to you during the VCC launch party. I want to know, like you said, for you it was about building up one of the strongest teams in Bangladesh. Now you got pushed to the very limits in the Bangladesh finals. Like Haven, I feel like that map went round going so close. Ascent, you had to pull it back from overtime. Bind a map of your own choice didn't work out. Do you think this is a learning lesson for you guys having won it, or how did it go for you?
Personally, like I would say this as an achievement
Uh,
uh, as you know, like when we last talked, I told you guys that we didn't find our fifth, and last week we decided to play with Outlaw, who is our coder, and he didn't play Valorant for a long time. So, like we had 5 days of like actual practice, and we actually made it to the grand finals and won it. So I would say that as a team, we did a very good job. Even though we would have wanted a very clean sweep and not this close, but I mean, what else can I say? I mean, 5 days of practice.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And Zolo, as the IGL, I believe you are the IGL, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah,
For
yes, I
you,
am.
how hard was that? Like, bringing in a new player? Obviously, he might be someone you're comfortable with, but still a brand new player to the team, getting used to defaults, comms, all of that. Like, how difficult is it for an IGL?
Um, uh, as you also know, we switched the role to Sentinel and Initiator. Like Fancy doesn't play Initiator, so that's also a big change you have to see. Uh,
Oh,
I think you need to mute your mic. I can
Sami
hear
has
myself.
an OP mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
So Fancy, like in the brink of 5 days, we changed a lot of things, like
Hmm.
switching to uh from what is it? Okay, switching to Sentinel to Initiator and Outlaw also. When he plays, like whenever he played Valorant, he didn't play this type of agents. He played only duelist type of agents, and we needed a Initiator mainly. But Initiator was a bit too tough. Playing Initiator is a very tough agent, but Sentinel, it's a bit easier on that side. So I think Fancy helped Outlaw a lot in the Sentinel sector. He made the setups and taught him everything in the brink of 5 days. All in the screams as well. Like before the screams, they sat down and so that helped me as an IGL. Also, Fancy played a brilliant initiator in these few days, like I believe. So and that helped me, like the adjustment was very quick. uh it was not good at the beginning of the VCC, but I think the our bracket was the hardest, and that helped us as well, uh to that also made us a better team to face the good teams of the country, and settle down for the final.
Yeah, I think I definitely get what you mean. Like you had to face a lot of troubles. Like Sami also said, it's a bit of an achievement for you guys. But now that you won, do you think, are you now looking forward to this as like, hey, we've got at least about 15 days before we actually have to get back on? I'm not, don't quote me on the days number, but you've got a lot of time on that regard. So is the practice going to keep continuing along the same role? Or are you going to look to change certain things? What's the vibe here?
We're gonna have a sit down. I think we're gonna have a meeting today about the what we're gonna do next. Now we don't know how are we going to practice on stuff, because uh, Outlaw is very busy. Like he has his work and stuff, so we have to figure that out. He gave us this few days. That's a lot because he has shoots every day, like every day, 10 to 9, like that. So we're gonna look forward to that and like set up times, and obviously we're gonna, whatever happens, we're gonna give our best and utilize the time we have remaining.
Mhm. Fair enough. I mean, that's what I think every fan can expect from you. And the same for Missile and Friends. Like you guys did a phenomenal job. We were on the edge of our seats, continuously like wondering if it's going to go this way or if it's going to go that way. So the fact that you never gave up, for me, is a big deal. But enough of that. I think let's quickly get over towards that React segment. Like have a look at some of the plays that happened yesterday, because more than the plays itself, I want to pick your brain as professional players about what are the comms we're going into this place, how you're thinking about certain things, because I think it might be very helpful for the fans itself and me, of course, to learn these bits and pieces. So I think we have that ready in a second. But in that regard, Missile, I want to ask you, like for you, you've played in VCC 1 too, right? So coming into this, were there any expectations, or like I love the logo personally. So in that regard, also I want to ask you, is the middle person you? Because I think there's Sova and there's Sky, and then there's, I forget who is on the left, and then there's Astra, and then there's a black character in the middle with
Oh,
like no
that's
comment
Peror.
on it. Oh,
That's that's the Astra.
wait. So who is the purple one? That's Omen.
I don't know.
There's a
Actually,
purple
let me
one like
check.
spiky hair, and then Sova is easily recognizable because blue and blonde hair.
Yeah.
Sky same because green and orange. But hey, we'll get to the breaking down of the logo with the clips themselves. So let's head on over to that and look at the first clip. So What I want to ask here is right before this round, you guys shut down Sami's op, right? So, a question for you, Sami, first. Like, how do you approach that when you've been shut down on the op? Like, it happened on Ascent also. Hermione, I mean, I don't think there's a better way to say that. He kind of slapped you with the mush twice in a row when you were opping.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's true.
what is the mentality after that?
Is to respect that he actually I lost the 1v1 with him and to not overpick it next time because I think the after that I didn't pick Harmonia again.
Yeah. No, but like in this situation, for example, where it
Yeah.
wasn't overpeak itself, but you
Huh.
got that aggressiveness going after a few rounds where you guys are playing very laid back, like you were playing defaults essentially, right?
Mhm.
So Zolo, you can tell me too, like how does the IGLing for you work in that regard? Like, are you trying to condition them, or is it just more of a spontaneous read? Like, hey, I think if we push here, they've been leaving it open too much, it'll work out.
Uh, in the defense, we actually had a very good read on their attack. We knew they're gonna come A, do something, and then go back to C or somewhere else if they don't get any entry on the A side. So I just told Sami that do your own thing, just get your peaks because you have your dash out. When you don't have your dash, you can slow down then. But otherwise, I want his confidence to be up on the level because he's the guy who has to do the damage.
Mm-hmm.
I always want him to keep his confident high level, and if he wants to he has his freedom.
Hmm. I really like that from an Nigel, like giving the player his freedom. But Mr. Hermione, what I want to ask you is what Zolo mentioned to a certain extent that they felt they had the read that you guys were going to rely on rotations to pull off the round. A very like standard thing, of course, it's Haven. What I'm more curious about is I kept bringing this up. I felt like Sova Sky we've seen internationally work for that slower playstyle as compared to Sova Breach, which is more like flash dash, make it happen. So was the Breach versus Sky a comfort pick for you guys, or was that something you had practiced with? Talk to me through that idea in the composition.
Yeah, that that was definitely a comfort pick because uh, as you may not know, but lost one of our players like 2 weeks before. It was
Ooh.
Hetio. Yeah, he had to,
Ah.
for his life, he had to go to some other country. So we had to switch up some roles with Peror, and he came up, and he definitely was not comfortable with many roles. He was a CS player before, and he just switched. So we gave him Astra and smoke and stuff mainly, but uh, there was not much like all of our players can play like many roles, but not the new new heroes. Like people cannot play Chamber, Astra, the new heroes. People did not
Mm-hmm.
learn it very well, so we had to stick with Breach and Sova because mainly me, all I can play is Sova. That's it. Even if I play like other heroes like KO Chamber on other maps, I suck basically. So
Hey, you play pretty damn mean Sova, though, so I'll give you that. But hey, Mister, what about you? Like, I think what I noticed, you're very insanely comfortable with that operator. So was the mentality always like, yeah, whatever? Like, just get me to the defense and I'll make sure we pull this out.
Honestly, I'm a very passive player and like kill suits with me, but because I play the op, I'm playing the jet role because like
Ah.
the four of our teammates they're good at op, but like I have to take the sniper role. That's why I'm playing jet. I'm not that aggressive, but I'm playing because of sniping.
So maybe a chamber coming in for you real soon here. I feel like it
Yeah, maybe.
vibes it perfectly for you. What do you feel about that itself? I'm curious. Like we've seen like internationally, Waddell, for example, like one of the best oppers, supposedly at least. I'm not sure anymore. Pick up that op on chamber, but in Europe or even in Korea, where it's a lot more tactical, people feel like chamber is still not as good as jet. So as an op player who likes to play slightly more defensive, what is your opinion on that? Do you like Chamber on the operator or no?
I didn't play chamber, so
Ah.
no comments.
So we'll have to see. Maybe in wildcard, a special chamber comes out for Missile. You never know. I personally do. But hey, with that, I think let's move on to the next clip. and see what we've got in store for us. Yeah, once again from Haven, and I have to give props to Fancy here because the cojones to go over this knife. This is not a tactical question whatsoever, guys. More of a psychological kind for Missil and Hermione. Um, what was the calm like after Piror got knife? Was he just like, oh my god, was he raging? Like, what is
No,
happening?
no, no. We were all laughing at that point. Like we did not even know where he came from, so we just left it off because it was the first map, right? So
Yeah. Hey, never happened in any other maps. So, Mrs. What about you? Like, was there ever a moment where, oh my god, there was a second knife, I think. Sami knifed you guys once before that. So, the
Yeah, and
second
I've
knife
seen
it
too.
was bad. So,
We just laugh it off,
was
nothing else.
did you not want to knife yourself? Like, hey, we tried to get one for you.
No.
Oh, nice. Okay, fair enough. But Sami, I'll get to you since yeah, I saw you laughing about that. Oh, I still remember that second round knife. It was just smokes all around, and then you just
Yeah.
popped up with the knife to kill him. So talk me through that. How did that happen?
I don't know. I saw them execute on V, and there's no smokes all around. So it's like, yeah, I can be sneaky now. I don't need to go white pick them. And I heard the bomb planting, and I was like, yes, this is my chance. And I ran in with my knife out, and I saw someone on my left, but I didn't care. I didn't bother. I don't care. And I saw the plant, and I went like, whoop.
So basically, you're like, forget the round. I want that knife. Knife him.
I won that knife.
Um, Zolo, like from your perspective as an IGL, is it just laughing it off, or like where do you lie? You're like, bro, we could have lost the round if the knife hadn't
I didn't
landed.
even
Or
know
like,
the second round was so fast,
it
and
was
Sami
just.
was laughing. I knifed him. I was like, "What? When?" The fancy round was funny, though. We were all telling, "Do it, do it."
Yeah. I mean, even my casting, I was like, knife him, knife him. It was just, I think for me, it's just banter at the end of the day, because
Yeah, it's just funny. It's
we're
just
all
normal. Like we know we can't win the round. Like either save or he'll die. Uh, so at this point, do something funny.
style points, right? Fair enough. But all right, I think that was the gist of that clip. We had two knives on Haven. I like that one more because it was the matter of like it wasn't like the random and Sami just like with the knife out, like full horror movie style running towards someone. This was more sneaky, sneaky. But hey, let's go over to the next clip because I do want to ask a couple more questions about the meta itself. So, very small clip here. This question I want to ask Hermione first because it's more Exceeli based. But as when you're facing against these sort of things, right? When you don't even notice a star, like a lot of times, B-main, if you see a star, you can expect a gravity well and a shock dart combo maybe. But that guiding light plus shock dart combo, does that almost force you to leave B-main, or what is the mentality for you guys?
yeah, if we always when we see the star on the ground, we always try to like bait it out the utility. Like we show ourselves for a second and then we fall back, something like that. That's our mentality.
So the idea is just to like, get free utility without committing much information.
Yeah, yeah. Just
But don't you?
wasting their utility. That's all.
Yeah. But that way, the other team also sort of gets what they want, no? Like in the fact that they want to deny you B main. So it's like, how do you view it as a yeah, they get what they want, but we get what they want, and you're happy because you're able to trade out utility missile, or is it more along the lines of our perspective is more important? We don't really care what they want.
No, no. We are. They are using their utility on us. They get control, but later on we can. We did not use any utility on this, right? Like we can still
Yeah.
use the Aldron, or we have the Sky Doggy to take like M and B min still. So
Fair enough. Regress, take it back, yeah. But
yeah.
Zolo, for you as an IGL, like when you're preparing those sort of combos, is it ever like, hey, Sami in that clip, Sami is speaking a shot with a Marshall. Like, let's try to deny them B main because we're expecting them to. If they get denied B main, they're probably going to go mid, and Sami will get the peak he wants. Is that the sort of thinking for you guys, or is it more just like deny B main and then we'll see what happens?
Um, it was for Sami. Like unless I have a very good read, I don't say anything to him. Like he picks where he is comfortable. So with the scout, I think he was comfortable on short, and he was speaking. And on B main, Fancy also, we needed info. We tried to take info at the early round where they could be. So that flash was for a for info, and Sami just picked off 3 4 guys over there. Ran
Yeah.
uh, a bit lucky, but still, that was good shots.
So they were actually at half HP
Like they came
because
at
of
me.
the
Yeah,
guiding light shock dart combo. So Sami,
yeah.
did you
We
get that
didn't
info?
know.
Oh, so
Yeah,
We
yeah.
got the info
you
that
weren't
they
sure.
were outside B, but
Oh, but
they
you didn't know they
were
were low.
low. We didn't know they were low.
Ah. Sami just randomly aiming for heads and finding collapse out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, just casual. Yeah, man. You say it like it's so easy, but hey, fair enough. All of you in that map hit some nutty martial shots. Like I remember m1syl and Hermione too. Hermione, I was talking about last time. Twice I think Sami picked out a catwalk, and you were mid top with a martial, and you just insta headshot. Like, w- were you expecting him to peek? Were you like just expecting someone to peek, or was that just like, okay, I got
Yeah,
lucky a few rounds?
someone for sure will pick from short because we checked A main, B main, and mid. There was no one, so yeah, it will be short because we know for sure that they will look for early picks. So yeah, that was the idea.
I mean, the first time I can understand. The second time again, like you, Marshall versus Operator, you won that duel. Like, how about in terms of confidence? Does it get you like grooving? Like, yeah, let's go. If I can beat an Operator twice, then surely we got this.
No, it's like the mentality is it's an eco run. We need picks to get something out for ourselves. We just pick it out, play for picks. That's all.
Yeah, fair enough. And Mrs., what about you? Because I remember that quick scope you hit. I remember your reaction after that round as well. It was an Outlaw B Boathouse. You hit like a crazy quick
Yeah,
scope. So how does that get you feeling?
we got the match point, so like I got a bit excited and
A little bit
Yeah.
excited, maybe.
yeah, too much excited.
But, oh no, I don't think so. I mean, I get why you're saying that because of how I guess the map turned out. But
Yeah,
that
we
quick
lost the
scope was like,
next round because of like 1 millisecond. I peaked like a bit early. That's why,
so
and
in
it
that
went
matter,
12
like,
12.
yeah. So in that regard, right? Like as a passive like player yourself, like more of a, I guess read based player is what I would say rather than a go look for info aggressive player. How do you like cope up in these high chaos situations where you're not sure what the other team is thinking or what your team is thinking too? You're just trying to zone in on that scope.
My like teammates give me info where they are, and I play based on their infos. Like where should I pick, and like uh the Sova drone, he gets me info like where and tell and I go behind that drone and like keep the drone as a bait for me as a player. I think the drone as a decoy and just pick with the drone. That's how.
I mean, when you say it, it sounds simple, but actually, I feel like doing it against players like Sami and Zolo were much, much different, and vice versa for them to do it against you guys. So kudos on that. But hey, let's get over to that next clip. So, um, I think this one is going to be on the last, yeah, towards the last round of Ascent, and here is where I think I really come back towards Zolo side because if you look at this clip from the very start, if you remember the way this round went, it doesn't feel like Fancy is a new initiator player, does it, Zolo?
No, it doesn't.
So, like, how much of that comms in this situation, like in a 3v3 retake, who is responsible for what is what I really want to know. Like, is Fancy the one leading the comms? Like, hey, I'm going to give you a flash here. You need to check that angle. Like, how does it go?
I think, as far as I remember, everyone were talking and checking each position. Like Fancy, I think, checked B main, and Sami was looking to the smoke. There was a smoke where missile died, covering the smoke, and Shubo was trying to Shubo was alive, right? He was like,
Yeah.
I'm covering the lane. Then Fancy suddenly just said, I'm going in, take the trade, and he got two frags. I think Misal got out. He didn't expect that. I think he was expecting his side team, the side guy, to cover him.
to cover me.
Um so that was good. The push was really good. Like it was simultaneous, and we didn't like needed the trade at the beginning. So the comms were good. Like and the confidence also. Like we're gonna finish at this round.
So, Missile, you were saying you were expecting that player to cover you. Same question, but from your perspective, how are the comms when you're all like you're stuck in that tiny area in B site? You have to just be disciplined. Like, how do you talk to each other? Do you just like, let's focus, guys? You watch this, I watch this. How does that work?
To be honest, it got a little bit messy because our side player died in the green box, and I didn't notice that because I was like in front of the smoke, and I said I was covering lane, and and at that time like Fancy got to the right side. I mean, to close to the boathouse, and I didn't expect
Yeah.
that like so fast, and I missed that comp that he died in the green box. Otherwise, I should have looked behind and killed Fancy.
Little chaos right there. I can
Yeah.
definitely understand that. Talking about chaos, though, I think this is our last clip of Ascent. So I have a question for Sami before we move on. I remember this one round. I'm not sure if you remember. You guys were actually the ones playing post plant. You were in first lane on the ledge, and a recon came on the tree to your left. And even though it should have been the player in the boxes to break that recon, you turned left. So,
I
what's
know.
the scene there? Like, it,
When he shot the recon, I didn't what do you say? Like we didn't say, nobody took the initiative, so I just looked at the recon, and my first reaction was to break it. Uh,
yeah.
I didn't think that my teammate would be like, okay, I'm gonna break the recon. I just, it was like a reflex action kind of.
Yeah, I was talking about this with him the other round, because if he didn't look at the recon, he had
Yeah.
the crosshair on the Astra. He
Yep.
could have got it, and uh, there was not even a time. Like it was his reaction was so fast that the recon came and he went to break it.
Yeah.
He
Instantly.
looked around, so unlucky there, but in the end, I think turned out pretty good. Everything.
Yeah. But like Sami, what I want to really know is, do you feel in that case you take too much burden upon yourself, Like, because I feel like I've talked to you about that particular thing in the past, where you feel responsible for more things than the jet can accomplish, is what I'm going to say. Because I'm not sure relating to you is the right thing, but how do you segregate the roles in Exceeli? I guess that's the next step for you guys going into the grand final playoffs.
Yeah, I didn't understand what you mean by segregate the roles. You mean like divide the roles? Like,
Nay, as in like even the small thing, like hey, if not just
oh,
Ascent, that round I remember distinctly, but it happened multiple times where you're. I mean, as a player myself, I can understand the instant reaction going for the recon, but as a competitive player, I assume there's someone else who needs to be trained to do that because as the duelist, you need to be the one looking for the entry itself. So, is that something you guys are going to work on, or is that something you just have a chat and it's all fixed? How does that work?
it's something we're definitely gonna need to work on because right now we just do it on the fly. Like if
Ah.
Sova shoots a recon during post plan, it's someone from us that will take the initiative. That okay, I'm waiting for the recon, I'll break it. Like before the recon, they shoot the recon. It's not someone specific like other teams I think do. So I think we need
Hmm.
to change that and work on it. I think.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Like you guys said, you've only had 5 days of practice, right? So it's
Yeah.
hard to cover these niche things in those 5 days. But with that, I think that's what I really wanted to know with regards to that basic thing. So let's move on to the next clip. I think we've got Bind next, and this is where I have a bit of a strong opinion. So I'm going to ask you, Zolo, immediately. Why this composition? Is it because of the lack of the initiator role in the team, or what's going on here? Why the Sage, KJ?
I think we wanted the Sage because in our practice games we played everything in bind. Like bind and ascent were our like the weakest of the weakest. I don't know how we won the
Oh.
ascent. That was very good. Ascent was ascent. We all, to be honest, we this is the first time I think we won against them. Ascent. Before that we used to get like destroyed in ascent. Also in bind. These were the two weakest maps, but we also worked hard, very hard on these two maps. On bind, we tried everything: Viper, double initiator, double controller. Didn't work out, but with Sage, I was like, let's try Sage. Like we can get the plants and stuff, and also the hookah control will be easy with the wall. So that was good in the practice sessions. I think we also did pretty good in the defensive side
Yeah.
of the bind. In the attack, we got a bit under pressure and we couldn't come back on that. So I think we could have won the bind map as well. It's just a bit of we took a bit of pressure. Plus, we were having a lot of internet issues. Like we were taking like Fancy and Outlaw had like in the middle of the game like 50% loss, packet loss, and they barely could
Oh.
play the last few rounds. Yeah, we took a lot of pauses back then.
Uh-huh.
So coming from that and winning Icebox was, we had a lot of issues going on yesterday, but still, I think we have to work on bind as well. Also other maps, but I think Sage is not a bad like
No,
composition if
I
you like.
I agree. I think Sage is really good. I just felt like you guys ran out of options in the attack, with respect to the fact that you didn't have any flashes to entry, or even
Yeah,
in
yeah,
those
yeah.
comps, like I see sometimes an Omen just for the paranoia, just that little bit of burst because Sami gets caught alone sometimes. That's why I'm curious. Like, is it more of a, because as you said, Outlaw came in last moment. Was it that sort of thing? But I can understand. Like, it's something you guys have worked on.
Yeah,
And
we
what I want to ask you
definitely
actually,
needed a flash. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you can.
hey,
Sorry, sorry.
maybe no, no, go ahead, please.
No, we needed I felt like we actually needed a flasher that could have helped us in the attacking. But for the defense, I think this composition is good. But if we had attack first and then defense, maybe it would have been a different. Maybe we could have done better.
Ah, so actually, what I want to ask Hermione, you guys, is Exceeli picked
Yeah.
bind. Were you surprised about that, given what Zolo is saying? Like that the normal standard expectation was that they might not be as comfortable on bind, or like where you're like, okay, cool, we get to play bind.
No, we were not surprised because these are the basic maps, right? You have to pick it at some point. Like picking bind is at least better than picking fracture, for instance.
Do you guys like fracture? Any of you?
No.
Ah, Missile, Zolo, none of you like fracture?
I don't like fracture.
No, bro.
That I don't know why that map exists. Who
What do
made
you
that
hate
map?
more, fracture, icebox, or breeze?
I hate
Fracture.
it, fracture, man.
Fracture for
Icebox
sure.
and Breeze is comfortable. I can play, but fracture, it's too hard, man. Four side, four orbs. Ugh. It's a very confusing. How do you take control?
I mean, yeah, I get the feeling that you're
It's a
talking about, like
it's
the
a lot of,
basic
and if you have a
complication.
good flank on that map, that's a very big bonus. Like easy to flank, uh, and hard to defend on the side. And also, if you don't know how to defend, the attacks of the opponent can be good. Like it's weird. I think this map needs to be played more. Like it needs to
Hmm.
come a bit later, like in the tournaments. I feel like uh, it's still very early for this map. This is
Yeah,
a map
fair
that
enough.
I think nobody had played like this before. There's like in any game, like for a FPS 5v5 competitive game. I think this is a first time this type of map I have seen at least.
Ah, well, that's really cool because in one way it sort of lets Valorant be inventive, but in another way, I can imagine what you're saying. Where like we have no foundation to push on this map, so definitely. Sami, what about you? Like, do you? I remember when Icebox came out, no pro was a fan of it. Or is it? Do you think it's just a recency bias where like it's too new, that's why you don't like it, or do you actually not like the map at all?
I think it's because of the recency. I'm pretty sure because I still don't know how to play the map. Like when Icebox was released, I didn't know how to play. When I saw the big boxes, I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna fly up there. So it's mostly due to that. Because in my ranked matches, I don't get much fracture maps, and in most I don't see pro teams play fracture that much. Like I yesterday, before the match, we were discussing how to play fracture by chance if they picked it, and we looked up on VLR and we couldn't find any like pro teams in the last week that played fracture. Maybe like one or two maps. Like that
Wait,
was a
really?
very low amount. Yeah, legit. Like a proper pro teams, like
Huh.
tier 1 North American, tier 1 European. I didn't find mostly. I found one though, Alliance versus Vitality, and I saw how they
Yeah,
play, but it was mostly anti-shredding each other, so I didn't understand anything.
yeah. So I think the main reason no tier one team has played it is because all of the tier one teams automatically qualified to the closed qualifiers, which are happening next week. So I guess we should now
Sure.
keep our eyes peeled. Huh, but I remember G2 playing it, which is where I took a lot of information for my casting,
Hmm.
where like from
Hmm.
Nuki and stuff. But hey, Missile Hermione, what about you guys? Like, do you also think it's just a recency thing, Missile? Because you said you're a passive player, which inherently brings me to the idea that you like lurking, which might actually like make you like this map. No?
Like there are two entries from both side of
Yeah,
like and there are like two ropes and on fracture we can go from A
yeah.
and B, and there are a lot of stuff, and we need proper holding sites, like we need Viper and Chamber or Killjoy both. So like we need initiator like Breach, and
Yeah.
duelist like Race, and also two sentinels. I'm not sentinels but Viper, Astra plus Chamber or Killjoy. So
Hmm.
on attacking side, it's a bit tough. We can defense but not attack properly
Too
because
many
we don't have
columns,
Sova
basically.
or Sky.
Yeah. I'm actually curious because we've had this discussion amongst us casters. We haven't like I have a vague idea of the callouts because I'm fortunate enough to have early access. But with it, you guys, do you are you comfortable with the map callouts itself yet? Like, is that something like you've looked into? Like, for example,
No, not really.
the small callouts. Yeah, go
No,
ahead.
no, no, we still don't know the callouts for a lot of plays because we haven't played that much of Fracture yet. So
So, is that something you think you'll try to set up for wildcard? Because you do have a few days. Like I believe today is the third, so wildcard starts on 10th. Like, is that something you might try to set up, or is the focus now going to be just let's work on what we have? Let's leave fracture for later.
yeah, we will definitely leave Fracture for later because we still have to work on a lot of basic stuff before we can, worry about Fracture.
Fair enough. Talking about not worrying about stuff, though, I think that's enough talk about what happened yesterday. I want to test your knowledge now. So let's go on towards the quiz segment. I'm genuinely curious how many of you know about the Valor lore or even listen to the voice lines when the game is going on. And this
No,
question actually won from the voice lines. So let's go team by team. We'll start with Exceeli. I think somewhere I heard of, so one of you definitely knows it, but which agent is KO's comrade from battle? So team versus team, guys. MNF don't help Exceeli and vice versa. I mean, if you want to, you can. It's not a big deal. But yeah, Exceeli, go ahead. Do you know the answer?
I think
Zolo,
it's
Salim?
Brimstone, right? Comrade,
You
comrade
guys
should
have to
be
discuss it.
Yeah, it's probably Brimstone.
we lock into Brim.
Thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
Brim.
definitely.
Yeah, Brim.
All right, let's go Brimstone. And let's see what the correct answer is. I believe it
Feel like
is
कौन बनेगा
as
करोड़पति?
well, यहाँ
Hey,
पर
पैसा
अभी
किधर है
Yay, we
कोई
got it.
पैसा दो.
so for reference, when you have the KO gun buddy, right? Like when you
Yeah.
finish his agent contract and you put the KO gun buddy on your gun, when Brimstone walks by that, the gun buddy opens up, like that heart necklace opens up. So that's how
Whoa.
the
Really?
relation comes in. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you
You know.
see, I can't aim, so I spend my time looking at these random things in the game instead.
So
But
much
hey,
details in
let's go
Valorant.
over to yeah, there's a lot of story, and it's only going to increase, and it's only going to get a little more like niche with these questions, Sue. So let's head on over to the next question. Actually, I also want to know. Oh wait, I'll get to that. What job did Jet work before joining the Valorant protocol? So the Valorant protocol is that current team: Jet, Phoenix, Brimstone is the leader, Viper is the co-founder. But before she got powers, before she joined the protocol, MNF, Missile and Friends, Missile Hermione. Do you have any idea what job she was doing?
Chef.
Wow, that was
Chef?
instantaneous. Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah.
I,
I
okay,
actually have
I
no idea.
should I lock it in then? Yes.
yeah. Lock it in.
All right.
Chef.
Let's go for it. And yeah, I'm not even going to bother pretending like you're wrong. You're absolutely correct, man. So I'm just going to ask you, how did you know that instantaneously?
I don't know, like some gut feelings.
Oh, wow. Is it like because of her daggers or something? Like because she has
Yeah, because of
knives?
daggers. Yeah.
Ah, damn it. I thought that question would be much harder. Did you two know zoloCRAZY?
Yeah, Sami
Yeah,
was telling me
yeah.
number two, chef.
How does
Because
everyone know?
because of
There's
the
no
knives,
voice
right?
lines also.
Yeah.
But they're kunai. They're like ninja knives. Like, so why not
Yeah,
like a spy or something?
but
I
a chef could have used that.
For me, the other four doesn't make sense. Other three options other than the chef for Jet. Electrician, no way. Just because he can dash, no electrician. Or a lawyer, no, she talks too much.
Ah, fair enough.
Uh,
Wait, for a lawyer's job is to talk, right?
yeah, I know, but she talks. Lawyers are like, aggressive, but she's like
Ah,
toxic.
oh shit.
She is
Fair
toxic
enough.
a
I
bit.
get what you mean. Yeah, she's like the rude kind of confident. I get what you mean.
Yeah, but cute.
I oh, okay. On that note, like, let's go around. I want to know who is the cutest agent for you. Zolo, let's start with you. Like, who do you find the most cutest in the game?
I think Jet is very cute. If you like when you're playing, if you very go close to the Jet agent and the hair's flying over uh, her hair, so I think Jet is the cutest.
Well, Zolo definitely
Sami?
wants a meal cooked up
Jet,
by
Jet,
Jeff. But yeah,
same thing.
I mean, yeah, he
It's for me
plays the
also,
Jet,
Jet.
so no surprise there. I think for Missile, I'm curious if it's actually Jet or is it like a Killjoy right there? Like, where do you
Sage.
lie? Oh, have you noticed the new art coming out on the Valorant official
Yeah,
pages with like Sage dressing up for Luna? Is that something you like?
yeah. Also, her hands and the rings. It's beautiful.
ah, I see
And the
the vibe
POV.
here. Yeah, Missile definitely gonna have some people sliding into his DMs later. But Hermione, what about you? Who is your
Yeah, it's
Ron?
same for me.
Uh,
Yeah, it's the same for
Sage?
me. I like Sage too. Yeah.
Okay. I see where this is going. So none of you have that Viper vibe. Like personally, I've seen a lot on Reddit where people really go ham over Viper. So
No,
I
if you're
never understood
telling
why.
cute, if you're asking the wrong question for
Okay.
Viper. If you're asking who's the
Okay.
hottest, I'll say Viper.
Yeah, I see where this is going. Very interesting.
You're asking who's cutest. So Viper is not cute.
So
She's hot.
who would you want to go and like outing with, you know?
Oh man,
Viper.
hard question.
Ah,
I had to go with Viper.
uh,
instantaneously.
I would
Zolo.
choose Jet. She's cute. I like cute, but
Alright,
Viper is
alright.
also hot. But I would choose Jet.
Yeah, not saying no to any of them. Fair enough.
Yeah.
M1syl Hermione moving away from that stage or sticking to the stage for the outing?
No, no, I'm still sticking.
Yeah, same. Sage.
Alright, these are hardcore stage fans. Fair enough. But hey, with that, enough of the dating aspect. Let's quickly get over to the next question because I am kind of astounded. You guys are so quick to answer these. Let's see if you guys can get this. Which country is Neon from?
Dude, why are you? Neo just came out. It's so easy.
Yes, exactly. It's not supposed
Yeah,
to be
that's
easy,
pretty easy.
guys.
Why are you making so easy for us? I thought it's gonna be hard.
Wait, you
I
know
think everyone
this?
knows it.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
everyone
it.
knows this, I think.
Obviously, we know.
Alright, just for reference, when I did this in India Qualifier 1, questions were like, oh, tell me the answer so we can get this on going. Bring back your cabs that I can tell you what's
Who
happening.
will answer
So,
with
what?
it?
Philippines.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
Philippines. Yeah.
They do know this,
Oh
guys.
shit.
So, it is Philippines. But yeah, so when I did this in India Qualifier 1, I want to ask you one of the questions I asked them, which is which country is Cypher from? Do you know that? Any
Yeah,
of you?
Morocco.
Okay, so
Morocco.
this is what I mean. These questions are not supposed to be like hard or
I,
not supposed to be easy either.
I I actually do a lot of research about the country they're from. So I kind of know a
Ah,
few of them. Not everyone, but few. Like Breach is from Sweden, I think.
yeah. All right,
So
let's do this itself. I like this. So, let me think of someone that's hard. Killjoy is obvious. Neon is obvious. Mac, Reina is obvious. I assume you guys know where Raze is from, right? Pretty obvious. Do you know which country she's from?
Brazil, right? Yeah, she's Brazilian.
Zolo, do you just like the lore a lot? Like, tell me more about this. I'm curious.
Uh, Other guys, did you guys know where Rez was from? Or my name is El?
Yeah, I knew. About
Oh,
Rez I
Missile
knew,
did,
but the
yeah.
other ones I don't.
That's cap. That's cap.
Oh, wait. So I get back to you, Zolo, in a second. Let's. What about Reina? M1syl Hermione, do you guys know where Reina is from?
Mm,
I think it's pretty obvious. Think of her voice lines. There's only two countries she could be from, and they're what very different countries. Like one is on this side of the world, one is on the other side of the world. So
I don't know really.
No idea.
no, Sami, do you know? I think Zolo
Is
definitely
it,
knows.
No, I
I
don't know.
actually forgot. I know she's from Latin America somewhere,
Uh huh.
but the country I forgot.
Okay, I'll
I
give you a
knew it.
clue.
Yeah.
When she talks to Viper, she mentions the word hermanita, which is little sis in Spanish.
Oh, so Mexico?
Mexico, yeah,
There you
Mexican.
go.
Yeah, Mexican.
Also, like when Phoenix and Reina play together, and Reina pulls off like a 3K, 4K, Phoenix goes like, "Yo, Mexico represent," and that's how you know she's from Mexico. But hey, enough of that. Let's get to the next question because you guys seem to be going through this like it's nothing. Let's see if M1syl and Hermione can equalize it with that next question. So, if I remember this correctly, yes, there we go. I surely no one knows this. What is Astra's favorite dish?
what is this question, man? I actually
That's
have no idea. Astra's favorite dish.
I'll tell you what. It's not like completely like you have to know the answer. If you try to think about it logically, you can definitely arrive at the correct answer.
Yeah, then it's gonna be the salad, right?
Okay, M1syl, any
Caesar
idea?
salad.
No idea. Maybe salad. Yeah.
You want to go for the salad? Shall I lock it in,
Yeah.
guys? All right, let's see if the salad is the right answer. If I remember correctly, it is not because so for reference, wait, actually, yeah, it's jollof, which is a Nigerian dish, which is where Astra is from originally. Zolo, did
Bro,
you know this?
I told the answer to Sami that it could
Yeah.
be this one because she's like always lungu lungu and stuff. So jollof makes sense. That word. I don't know what the dish is. So other thing I never heard, but jolo, some word type she always like, that's
Yeah,
her. That's how she says
vibe.
some stuff. Vibe, yeah.
I like this logic. She says random words, so it must be the most random word in these options. You guys are good at this, man. Like way better than the players in India. Like in India, it was like either the players knew it for sure, like Morocco for Cypher, or they had no idea. So I'm gonna entertain you with one more question from that. How many of you played Valo during closed beta?
We played. I
I
think.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we played. Yeah, we played it.
So, w- Omen's eyes, they're different from what they used to be. So, what color were they before? Were they white, blue, green, or were there no eyes at all for Omen in closed beta?
I
It
think
is
it
for
was
all of you. This is just an open
blue.
question.
I think it's a blue. I don't know. I
Okay.
feel like it was blue.
Sami,
Very
Mr.
gut feeling.
Hermione.
Yeah, only
It's
blue
red
and
I
now,
pixels,
right?
I think.
It's
It's
not.
not red.
No.
I
It
think
it's
It's.
now
it's
it's
black now.
now
Yeah.
I think when he gets ulti, he used to get red.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
His eyes
No, I mean,
used
like
to get red.
normal eyes, in the sense that, like, in Agent Select, for example,
I
what were
don't
his eyes?
think he had eyes. I don't remember
Oh, right.
I
Because
think
because
there
no
is a no
I
eyes
eyes.
used
option.
to. Oh, no eyes. Yeah,
Uh,
I don't remember seeing him have eyes.
Mr.
What's the
Hermione,
answer?
any guesses? I want to get.
Same. I
Blue,
remember
blue.
that blank face of woman, so no eyes.
Okay. And Hermione?
Yeah, I think it should be blue.
All right. So Zolo and Hermione have got it right. And like this is the question I was very proud of because in India also everyone got tricked. They were like, "Omen shouldn't have eyes, so it must be no eyes." No, it was actually blue, which is cool. I think it's white now, right? If I'm not mistaken. Oh no, it's still blue. It's just no eyes. Instead, he has the weird thingies. I don't know what that thingy
But I
is.
think his eyes gets red when you use your ulti. Uses ulti.
Still, I think it used to. No, I'm not sure anymore. I
But
haven't played Omen in a while. Astra has completely
same,
kicked him
same,
out.
same. True, true.
But hey, that's pretty much the end of it. Let's just wrap this up and move on
All
further.
right.
I still want to ask you guys about this though. Uh, do you enjoy this? Like, have you watched Arcane, for example? Do you enjoy like the game having a story attached to it? Is that something you vibe with?
Definitely, I have watched Arcane, and I thought there's gonna be one more episode at the end,
Oh,
but no episode. But
same,
I'm
same.
really looking forward to like. I think Valorant should have also a series. So many
Yeah,
characters in future. Maybe I think they might bring
in
one
a
or
few
two
years
series.
probably.
Yeah,
Sami, what about you?
Same, same. I watched Arcane, and I also thought, where's the other episode? Where's the last
All
episode?
like, it felt
right, so.
incomplete.
Mhm.
Yeah,
The ending.
it was such a cliffhanger. Like, what happens next?
I don't want to spoil it for you guys because I kind of know what happens next as a League of Legends player, but
Oh
it's gonna
shit!
be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'll tell you that. Mr. Like, I'll ask you this: if you had to pick, a story to start on, like Viper Omen have a story, Viper Reina have a story, Phoenix and Breach have a story. Like there used to be mercenaries. So where would you start for Valorant if you had to sound like something like Arcane?
Hmm, I think Gate and Phoenix. They're interesting.
Like the cinematics.
Yeah.
Ah, so have Hermione, what about you? Like, have you watched the cinematics? Do you enjoy that kind of story aspect to the game?
The yes, I really enjoy the Rat cinematics. I think they're doing a great job with the cinematics and the music. It's really good.
All right. So one final story question for everyone. This is more of a theory question because I'm thinking about it myself recently. What is happening, do you think, in the Valorant world? Because unlike League, where the game is different and the story is different, Valorant, what you're doing in the game is actually very relevant to the story. The spike you plant is supposed to suck the radionite out of the surroundings, and that's what happened in Ascent. That's why it all blew up. So why do you think, like, basically there's two worlds, which is why you have Jet on both sides. There's one Jet and then there's the mirror Jet, mirrorverse, like Doctor Strange style. Just want to get your opinion, or even like wish, if you wish it goes in this story way. Like, what do you think is going to happen next, like in these two worlds fighting each other?
I don't know. Like, I haven't really followed the story that much. I just watched the
I
cinematics and
I'll make it more specific for you. So basically, they're all now trying to. So there's one world which has radionite. There's one world which does not have radionite because they used it all
Okay.
up. So there is
Okay.
meant to be a fight. I'm more curious in regards to like, who do you think? For example, the new cinematic, they were all training, and KO is trying to help them get ready. So
Oh,
where would
yeah.
you like to see this go? Like in the sense that would you like to see them fight, or do you think there's a
Yeah.
bigger like alien threat coming or something like that?
No, I
Just
would
thoughts of your
definitely like to them clash and then the aliens come, clash together and
right.
then save the
Both
whole world.
fair.
Like Avengers, Civil War, then
Yeah.
then save the whole world.
Sabi?
Yeah, I would love to watch them fight. I think we already saw one of them fight with KO and Reina. I think, like in a cinematic, I
Uh-huh.
saw them fight.
That was training, I think.
Yeah.
And I
They were
don't think
training
so.
with bots.
Or to training.
It wasn't Reina though,
I
but
thought
yeah.
it was Reina.
So
It
I'm
was
not
Reina.
sure.
I remember because she was laughing.
Oh, I think then you might be referencing there was a cinematic that only was released in South America with Reina in a different like clothing, and it was teasing like a skin line potentially. So is that what you're referencing?
I don't know. Like it was KO dead and Reina laughing on top of it. I don't remember what video it was.
I'm gonna go look up this video. I don't remember either. It sounds very interesting. But what about you, Missile Hermione? Like, where would you like to see this go? Because even that's a great point. Because these two worlds are fighting each other. Then there's someone like Reina, and who in the recent like Neon voice lines, if you ever play her, she's trying to convince Neon to come to her side because she wants to beat the Valorant protocol. So it's like a third party altogether. So how do you imagine this progressing?
I actually don't have much idea about the lore. How is it going? I don't know about it that much, but I want uh I want the side to win that has Sage in it. So yeah, that's all.
Nice. I love that answer. Mizu, what about you?
Same, I don't have like that much idea, but I just love the music of Riot and the cinematics. So I think the more fighting and the more animation, I will like it.
Ah, nice. I think very similar to what Zolo was saying. He wants to see some sort of big showdown. I think that would be really nice to witness as fans. But hey, talking about fans themselves, I'd like to ask you to just give a quick message to the fans themselves, if possible, in a language that is more native to you rather than English, like maybe in Bangla itself. If not, you can do English as well, whatever is comfortable. Let's start in the reverse order. Let's start with you, Hermione,
Yeah,
for the
all I
fans.
want to say is thanks for all the support. Thanks for believing in us. But I know the past match was a bit disappointing and all, and we will definitely try to get the crown next time. So yeah, that's about it. Keep supporting us, keep believing, and we will try to show a better play next time. Yeah, that's about it.
Missile?
Same. The last matches were disappointing because, like as Harmony said, our main player, Head Crew, he went for Korea, and he was our IGL. And right now we don't have proper comms, and the like man who was coming us down in the pressure situation. So we will figure it out, like who's like calling outs and the mid-round callings, and in the future we'll give a like tough fight.
Think that's exactly what every
And
fan
thanks for
wants to hear.
keep supporting us.
Yeah, this is a lovely sentiment to share. And yeah, I 100% agree on that note. Like, just share love, guys. But hey, let's hear from the winners themselves. Sami, get us started. What do you want to tell the fans? If you can, in Bangla, ideally. I want them to like really connect with you.
Like connect with me, okay.
Yeah.
তোমরা যারা যারা আসো সবাই যারা যা সাপোর্ট করতে থাকো আর যারা যা আমার হিট করো সমস্যা নেই হিট করো বাট আইদার ওয়ে আই থিঙ্ক ইউ নো হোয়াট আই এম সেইং
Yeah.
যেভাবে হোক আমাদের ভিসিটি যে ফাইনালস আসতেছে গ্র্যান্ড প্লে অফস ওখানে আমরা অবশ্যই আমাদের যেভাবেই পারি বেস্ট দিব, যেভাবেই হোক। হয়তো যে লাইন আপ নিয়ে আসছে হয়তো আউটলরে নিয়ে মানে you guys wait, I zone out always, sorry.
It's
I want to
okay.
say so, thank you guys for supporting. I don't want to say much else.
Fair enough. Zolo?
I would like to thank everyone who has been the supportive, and like for me, like there are a lot of people who like always DMs me and knocks me, and before the game, after the game, even if we lose or win, they're always there. So I'm really grateful for that, and I want to give some shout outs to the closest ones who has been like there. Uh, I want to shout out to Azmain, Sharp, Arif, Reza Bhai, Munna Bhai, and all the Exceeli members, and Adil, তারপর হচ্ছে Adib Helal. Thank you. You guys are truly like give us the motivation to do better, and you believed in us, and we delivered, and keep believing in us, and uh, we're gonna win and bring the trophy home, inshallah. So thank you for supporting. That's it.
That was beautiful, and big hearts to everyone for exactly that. But I think that's pretty much the end of Aftermath. I'm gonna let you get back to the meetings you were mentioning and the grind potentially that is to come. I'm very excited for both of you because remember, to all the fans out there, Exceeli making their way to the grand final playoffs, and m1syl and friends will see them back in action in just a few days in wildcard. So it's going to be super pumped up. But hey, talking about being pumped up, we do have the Sri Lanka finals themselves today. So a bit of competition for both of you guys, with the winner going towards the grand final playoffs and the wildcard meeting m1syl and friends. So let's see who ends up going out of there. Make sure you reach that stream on time. It's going to start in about an hour or so. Before now, we're going to take your leave. Bye bye. And yeah, subscribe, like if you enjoyed the stream and all of that shit. See ya. Bye bye.
Bye
Bye
bye,
bye.
see you.
Yes, tell the people right now. Pegboard nerds, mods, have you locking at the sound? All of the gal I go pass them when me boy I go drop them. I coming, murder. Me are the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out some mics. You better turn it, I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around, me I go on them. Listen to the word and the fire you cut in the middle. When the flames catch higher, put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man single, give a sign. And put your gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man single, give a sign. And put your gun finger trigger. Put your gun finger trigger. Put your gun finger trigger. It's a bad man signal, give a sign. Put your gun finger trigger. Me are the burning fire and natural born killer. When me bust into flame, watch out some mics. You better turn it, I am make the bad boy bigger. When they come around, me I go on them. Listen to the word and the fire you cut in the middle. When the flames catch higher, put up your gun fingers. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man single, give a sign. And put your gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Gun finger trigger. Return all of the fire, it's a bad man single, give a sign. Put your gun finger trigger. pull up. And pull your gun for your trigger. It's a bad man signal, give a sign. And pull your gun for your trigger.